Hello, this is Super Cool. Time for another Super Cool reviews. We're close to the end of our Kingdom Hearts journey, and let's continue on with the latest release. Latest main number release, Kingdom Hearts 3. This game was in development hell ever since it was announced in 2013, and even when more trailers came out, the game still remained in development for a really long time. And with the ending for Birth by Sleep Volume 2 obviously a setup for Kingdom Hearts 3, still we had to wait. But finally in 2019, Kingdom Hearts 3 finally released. How is it? Well, it's not as good as Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, or even Birth by Sleep, but it's better than the other ones. I'll say that. It's an A- in my book. So what's the plot? The plot is that after the events of Dream Drop Distance, Xehanort is gonna still do the Keyblade War and trying to summon the Keyblade. Meanwhile, Sora tries to gain the power of Awakening. The power that will wake the hearts that are connected to him and save ones that are close to death. Along, he has to regain his strength, which is an excuse for starting back at level 1, and by going to more Disney worlds. Meanwhile, Riku and Mickey go into the realm of darkness trying to look for Aqua. Kairi and Lea do their training with Merlin. Meanwhile, old members of the previous Organization 13 return to join the new one. Also, more notes about Zexion and see more connections, yada yada yada. Typical stuff you'll find in a Kingdom Hearts game. Let's talk about the pros. Let's talk about the obvious pro, that being the graphics. They really improved here. When Birth by Sleep Volume 2, they did improve, but it still kind of looked dry. Well, this game, it definitely improved, especially on the textures, the expressions, and the movements the characters do. It just feels more real and like a movie. I also thought the gameplay was pretty cool. Well, with new features like you can upgrade your Keyblades, or change your different forms of Keyblades, which is similar to drive forms. You can do attraction flows, which basically are kind of like Disney World Ride summon attacks. You can even do. You can even, let's see what else you can do. Oh yeah, you can also make recipes that can level up your stats, but only briefly. And it's just their excuse to include Ratatouille in this world. I also thought the worlds were really great. They feel more big and more free range. Especially the Pirates of the Caribbean world. Like, it looks amazing in this game. I also thought the Toy Story world was really cool, and the Big Hero 6 world. Though I thought the Frozen world was, I don't know, it just felt kind of shallow, honestly, in my opinion. And also the music is really good. Yoko Shimomura still does great. I thought a lot of moments in the game were really well done. And without giving too much into spoilers, you will be satisfied with these specific moments, and they give conclusions to certain characters, and you'll feel satisfied with that. But if I were to have to major a couple cons, let's talk about the obvious one. The pacing in the story. It just felt off. Like it's trying to get from point A to point B as fast as you can. And where in the last act, it felt kind of, well, it wasn't bad, but I just felt that certain moments should have happened there. And certain parts should have been changed, but I, oh, and it just throws a lot of you, like in the previous games, you just have to process it. I also thought the voice acting was mediocre. Well, most of the voice actors do it well done. It's the performances that kind of sound a bit off and kind of bored and monotone. Oh, especially the new voice actor for Master Xehanort. Since Leonard Nimoy passed away before this game was in development, so they got the late Rutger Hauer. And I wouldn't say his performance was bad, it just felt too too, I don't know, less exciting, more calm. It doesn't have that much ham that Nimoy brought. And also another con is there are no Final Fantasy characters. Yes, I know they didn't have that much impact on the story, but come on, they could have at least give more time. Like, have at least an appearance at least once, even though it doesn't really contribute to the plot. And just like in the previous installments, the ending, of course, solves some storylines, just only to bring up new storylines with questions left unanswered. Also, I do wish Peter and Maleficent could get more screen time. Like, they just appear, saying they're looking for the box. They appear in a couple of scenes. They tell them that their search is off. And that's about it. That's the last you see of them. And also, Kairi should have gotten a lot more development. Because here, it was her time to shine. But, of course, she's the damn. She gets a couple of fight times, gets kidnapped. That's about it. So, yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3, not my number one in the series, but it's part of my top 5. I give Kingdom Hearts 3 an 84 out of 100. This is Super Cool, signing off.